I'm showing you how to easily make my healthier version of cherry Garcia ice cream without an ice cream maker. It's made with higher protein and less sugar with cottage cheese and maple syrup. It's mixed with fresh or frozen sweet cherries and your favorite chocolate chunks. All you need is a blender and it's ready in 2 hours. We're going to begin by mixing our ice cream, and all you need is a high-speed blender, or in this case, I'm using my NutriBullet. We'll begin by adding 1.5 cups of cottage cheese, and you can use large curd, small curd, non-fat, low-fat, whatever your preference. Next, we'll add 1/3 cup of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a dash of salt. And for our cherries, you can use fresh or frozen. One advantage of using frozen is that they've already been pitted. I have 1 cup of frozen cherries, and I'm just going to drop in about 7 or 8 of these cherries into the mix so that we get that really beautiful pink color in our ice cream. And then the rest of these will get chopped up into small pieces. Next, I simply screw on the base, and then I'll mix it until the cottage cheese curdle texture is blended smooth. So in less than 30 seconds, we have this beautiful creamy cherry cottage cheese blend that's going to become our ice cream. Next, you'll want to get a shallow dish, and then we're going to simply pour our mixture inside. And the advantage of using a shallow dish is that the ice cream will freeze as well as thaw quicker. Now I'll just spread that around till it's nice and even. Now you can use 1/2 cup of your favorite chocolate chips or chocolate chunks or whatever your preference. I really like using these Hu dark chocolate baking gems because they're naturally sweetened and they don't contain any artificial ingredients. So I'm just going to spread these out on my cutting board and then just roughly chop them down into some smaller pieces. You could also use mini chocolate chips and then you wouldn't have to chop them down at all. It's smelling like cherries and chocolate in here. Next we get to add our cherries, and I'm going to go ahead and just chop the remaining 1 cup of cherries. And you can decide how small you want to chop them. I like to cut them in half and then in half again. So essentially I'm cutting 1 cherry into 8ths. When they're slightly defrosted, they're really easy to work with. And then once all of our cherries are chopped, we can go ahead and just sprinkle them on top of our chocolate pieces. Oh, this looks so beautiful. And now that all of our cherry and chocolate pieces are sitting on top of our ice cream, I'm just going to go in with my spatula and just gently push them down into the cream. This will make sure that we have chocolate and cherries in every single bite. I love seeing all those little speckles of chocolate throughout this ice cream. Well, that looks beautiful, and it is ready to go into a freezer for about 2 hours or just until frozen through. Well, here's a batch that I made earlier, and it is just frozen through. So I'm going to take my ice cream scoop and just scoop right through this. Oh, that looks so good. Put this right into my ice cream bowl. I think I need 2 scoops. Oh, yum. Now for the best part. Crunchy. That tastes so delicious. As soon as I bite in, I get that creamy texture from the cottage cheese that tastes just like a creamy ice cream or maybe a frozen yogurt. And then I get the crunch of those chocolate chunks, and then I bite into those juicy, sweet, dark cherries. That is a delicious bite of ice cream, and I love that it's made with clean, natural ingredients. And it has about 1/2 to 1/3 of the sugar of a traditional ice cream, which means I'm going to feel good even after I eat it. But of course, this is a treat, so it does need to be eaten in moderation. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today to make this delicious ice cream. And I've included a link to the full recipe, and it's in the video description below, which takes you to my website, gentletummy.com. And I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you know someone else who you think would love this recipe, please share this video with them. And I cannot wait to have you hang out with me again in my kitchen.